Hey everybody. You are in the car with Kelly and it is June 5th. It is Friday afternoon at lunchtime. Yeah. And I am cruising, so you are cruising with Kelly. It has been a little while. I know I do these little bitty short things and this and that, but today I am scooting to my office because I got to get some work done on my laptop. So I am taking advantage of my long overdue weekly cruising with Kelly, and just kind of saying, hey, I hope everybody's doing well. I hope everybody's blessed, and trying to keep it real, because even though God got us up, and even though we got vision and we've got hearing and we've got movement, sometimes it hurts, right? Sometimes it's faded. We can't understand what people are saying. Sometimes we just can't see clearly, or we see what we want to see and a ripple. Things happen, things are said, things are done, and then we kind of get layers to this already layered up world. So yeah, this mind is churning, and I just thought I'd come out and say I am praying for all my connections, all my friends, all my family. That is without a doubt. And I'm just trying to do life like everybody else, trying to keep it real, trying to keep doing what I do, keep stability in the house, and love people well. It's not always that easy though, especially in today's world. I mean, come on, we are in the middle of a pandemic. So when I get down to my office, before I can even walk in, I need to put the mask on, right? I need to check things. I need to make sure that things are in order, just like everybody else. But not only that, now we got all this unrest going on. The layers just keep coming. It doesn't matter if it was 20 years ago, or if it was 2 days ago, or 2 minutes ago. It just keeps coming. And I am far by the theologian that can rattle off any memory verses, because this memory, I can remember things 20 years ago. I cannot remember 5 minutes ago half the time, because I got so much going on. But what I will say is this: my faith lies in the Creator, the one that went to the cross, the one that sacrificed everything at 33 years old. Very short life. We are devastated. We are devastated when we lose people that we care about. 90, 70, 100. I mean, God gave his son, his only son, up, who died in a horrible death to take on the sins in love, for life, for us, at age 33. We are blessed. No matter what's going on, we are blessed. Now, I can go on and on about that, and all I'm going to say is, you know what, you ever want to talk to me about the blessings that I have had in my life? Let's sit down and talk. Let's sit down and talk, because it's not been all sunshines and roses. I've been through a lot of thorn bushes, trust me when I tell you that. But I'm still blessed. I am not what everybody said I was going to be. I am not where I came from. I am not what you think of me. And, you know, that's unfortunate, because if you think highly of me, if you think I'm beautiful, if you think I'm everything, I can't be what you think of me. I am who God created me to be. And it took me years to find who I was and to be okay, even when I'm not okay, for who God is allowing me to be. So I guess today I do these crazy things. You know, when the pandemic first broke out, what did I do? I went and watched every Netflix series, documentaries on the previous pandemics. Yeah, I do kind of crazy stuff like that. But even in the dark world and all of the misguided decisioning and things that happened, I will say nothing happens for no reason. All right. We all get to pick and choose every single day. We get to choose if we are going to stop, look around us, listen, get the facts, and move on accordingly. Or we're going to choose to jump up and run and go right in the fire and then cry out that we're getting burnt later, or we don't understand why we're getting burnt later. We all get to choose. So even with the unrest that's going on all around our nation, even with the unrest because of this pandemic was man-made. Even with the unrest of all of that, even if things were perfect, we all get to choose, and we all need to be accountable for our own choices. If you are a child and you go out and you do something wrong, you need to know that you're going to have to deal with the consequences for what that is that's being wrong. So I'm not saying that don't think you're going to get away with doing anything, or be aware of the choices that you're going to make. Stop, look, and listen, just like you would before you step out in the middle of traffic. Stop, look, and listen. Be aware of the facts and listen. And I have to tell you, I have to sometimes ask. I have to ask a couple of times because I'm hard of hearing. I joke about that all the time, because when I'm allowed to, get up there and be blessed to sing with my worship team, I was like, I don't even know how they allow me to get up there, because sometimes I just, it is what it is. Between allergies and a perforated eardrum that I never had fixed, sometimes it just is what it is. But it's our choices. It's our choices. So what are we going to do when things are hard, when things aren't perfect and perfectly aligned? What are we going to do to breathe and be light? Speak life. Yeah, I tap in and use a lot of the different tags and all the different things, especially music. I love music, and I have my favorites. Absolutely. Those that feed my spirit, and I try to share them out to feed and be light for what's around me. Trying to push out all of that darkness that's invading us all the stinking time. I mean, the layers come fast and furious. There is always something or someone that has something or something to say, something to do, something to be that naysayer, that doom and gloom. And it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate. But what we do with it, what we do when we fall down, matters. It's not that we fell down. It's not that we might get broken. It's not that we might have scars when we heal. It's what are we going to do when we're back up? And that is individually, as a family, as a group, as a nation. What are we going to do as we're getting back up? Are we just going to go out and go Rambo and say, yeah, I made a difference? Or, I don't know why I got in trouble. I didn't mean I was just doing what everybody else was doing. All right, that ain't going to cut it. Own and be accountable. Own your own choices and be accountable for your own end results. Because even if you don't pull a trigger, but you're with that crowd that does, you are just as guilty. So, and these are my perspectives. So again, I will let you know, this is Cruising with Kelly. I am not out here to offend anybody, but I do Cruising with Kelly. Was doing it once a week. I've been grounded because of the pandemic. I get to get in my car today. So these are the thoughts and the perspectives that are coming out of this mind maze that I have. You are more than able at any time to go out and read my blog. Always Me Kelly, Pieces of Me Over Time. You are more than able to listen to any of the blogs that I've had on YouTube or on Facebook. If there's one thing that I can do for anybody is think. And I think a lot. Sometimes, unfortunately, I think a lot about too much. Sometimes I think so much that I read too much into it. And sometimes I'm not going to say that I get paralyzed, but since I've come to know who Jesus Christ is and the blessings that he fills me up with and the peace that I have, I can say that I just don't jump in that frying pan like I used to. Do I knock any of my friends that still do it? Not at all. Not at all. We all gotta pick and choose what we're gonna make our lives with. Will I say that if you're out there doing the drugs, if you're out there trying to mask your problems, if you're out there trying to pump up with something, giving yourself away just so you can find love, that ain't gonna work. All you're gonna do is have to deal with the repercussions of what happens after the fact. I have lost some beautiful souls that have been my best friend, that have gotten caught up and masked their problems so much that when they finally got it together, their health was gone. Don't do that to yourself. We're only given one vessel, one temple. We were created in the image of God. Whether you believe that or not, go out, look up on YouTube, Louis Giglio, laminin. And although Louis gives a awesome message, he gives you the scientific facts that we are built, created in the image of the cross. We are created in the image of God. And all the unique cells and vessels and all of that whatever, I can't even think about it. I went to nursing school back in, I ain't even going to go there. But we're created in the image of God, and he wants more for us, and he deserves more from us. So if you're out there thinking anything, there's proven facts, scientific evidence. We didn't come just from a star exploding, baby. It ain't happening that way. So bottom line is you don't have to believe me, but do the research yourself and start diving in and start learning. Start learning what the Bible means, that has been written in the same for over 2,000 years. Yeah, you can go out and get about 500 different versions of how the Bible reads, from the Message to the TLB to the NIRV to the NIV, going on and on and on. But the message remains the same. Jesus is real. God is real. He is our creator. He gave his only son so we can have life. What the heck are we doing with it? Don't let those people bullying you. Don't let those people who are out there talking smack and talking you down stop you from being you and your best self. Don't stop loving yourself, and don't stop loving those that you've been blessed to love, your children. Now, I am a huge feeler, trying to find the right words here, feeler when it comes to seeing and hearing hardships of those that are considered the least of these. As a kid that lived in the projects, as a kid that knows what it's like to be in the middle of a New York State winter with no heat and hot water, as a kid raised up in a single parent, no parent home, as a kid that is still alive today, even with all the misguided choices that I've made, I can assure you, you have to work at it, and somebody has to care about you. Somebody has to be praying for you, and somebody has to be leading you. You cannot be out partying all the time and leave your kids at home. You cannot be doing drugs and not expect your kids to not do drugs. There's a lot of different things. That do as I say, not as I do, that doesn't cut it. Everybody is watching all the time. Somebody is watching, and generally it's always the kids. So even if your kid goes out, and I'll get that straight because I've got my sidekick in the back seat with me, and she's cruising with me today, and I'm just gonna put it out there. Just because I'm doing something doesn't mean they have to do it. It's a choice. They own their choices just like we own ours. But there's a lot of kids out there that don't get half a chance. There's a lot of people out there that work hard for everything they have, and somebody comes up and takes it from them if they don't take their life itself. So be a light. Be an advocate. Do what you can in an organized outreach situation. Be cautious from experience. Don't just go out there and try to help everybody. Don't try to save everybody. Don't try to change everybody. And don't listen to every tear that you see some grown person dropping is real. From experience. I'm not going to go into the details and stuff like that, but what I will tell you is we are the church. When we allow God to come live inside of us, get to choose our obedience and our faith and mercy and grace that is given to us to flow out to others. Pardon me. Be a light. Do what you can to be there for someone, whether it's your listening ear, sharing an experience, running to a store, walking their dog, mowing the yard. It doesn't always cost money, y'all. And there's a lot of people out there right now that could use money, so there's going to be a lot of hustlers out there. There was a lot of hustlers and people out there stealing identities and trying to pretend to be things that they are not, and they always have been for a long time. And it's only going to be intensified now because of our situation. Am I blessed that I have to drive an hour now to get my computer fixed because I'm employed? Yeah, it's not the ideal situation, but I am blessed that I am employed, but I'm also blessed that I am employed by a company that cares about people. They care about humanity. I guess what I'm trying to say is just be humane. Care about humanity, even if it's right around you. Don't feed into the fire. Don't be that fuel that blows things up. Sometimes it's better to just be quiet and walk away than to get your point across, even if and when you are right. Sometimes we need to be humiliated and humble ourselves, even when we are right. And sometimes we got to take the scars and the stripes, even when we don't deserve them. Jesus didn't deserve anything he got, but yet he took the cross and everything that went with it so that we could be here today. So it's one of my things is just be a light. Do your best. Do your best to be positive. Do whatever it takes for you. If you cannot find a light by tapping into those who are gifted with the music, with the podcast, with the speakers, with the shows, be somebody and be that person that you want to be or need to have for you. Pick up your Bible and start reading. Even if you pick up your cell phone and get into the Bible app and start doing daily devotionals and plans, just do it. Learn who Jesus Christ is and learn everything that's already been written. Has it been a cruel time for the 2,000 years or so that Jesus came and left us? Has it definitely been violent and dark throughout all of our centuries? Absolutely. This is our time. What are we going to do to leave the legacy and grow the future? It's more than getting out there and throwing bricks. I have to put that out there. It's definitely more than going out there and bullying somebody and jumping in somebody's face to make them hear you because you're right. You may be right, but sometimes we need to bow down and step away and do it a different way. If you're not registered to vote and you are of legal age, get registered and vote. Do your research and vote. Do I believe that government needs to be shook up and shook out? I'm not going to get into the whole political thing, but yes. Do I believe that everybody should have terms? Yeah, absolutely. Do I believe that the crisis that we're in today, in 2020, has been building for many, many years? Yes. Because even myself, that was uneducated years ago, didn't have the understanding to go out and learn and step up and do the best I could with what I had. Sometimes we get caught up in the spin and think it's not enough or it'll never be enough, so we'll just go with the flow. We'll take what's easier. Stop taking the easy road, people. Get out there and make your sound, but do it in an educated, factual way. Do your research, not by hearsay. Get out there and make a difference. If somebody is down and needs to be picked up, pick them up. Give them your hand. And don't even think about saying that they're not like you, that you can't do that. You can't be around them because they're not like you. Because the fact remains is that you're not like them. God made all of us in his own image, and he made us all uniquely smart and beautiful. We are on this big sticky bun in life. Sweet and sticky. Messy to the end. With that being said, make people love us. Even those that can't have the sugar, make them love us. Otherwise, this big worldly chess game that we got going on, we're all just going to be a bunch of pawns kicked all over the place. Yeah, I use a lot of analogies, especially when I write. And I use a lot of my own life experience. And there's some days that I can actually wake up and tears will just be rolling down my face. And I just like, why? Why? And it might have something to do with back when I walked forward and I started growing and allowing Jesus to grow in me, that I pray often, if not daily, to have the eyes of Christ, to feel what he sees and feel what he hears. And man, I know that we as a nation are breaking each other's hearts, so I can't imagine what God is feeling. And you may think I'm crazy referring to him like it matters. Well, I got news for you, it does. The one that sustains everything that we do and gives us air in our lungs to breathe every day we get up, the one that actually holds this universe, can let us go at any time. Don't you know you are made for more? Don't you know it doesn't matter where you came from or what you do? You can be a billionaire, oh my gosh, and be the worst person on earth. I just watched this documentary last night, Filthy Rich. I'm not going to mention the name, but you can look it up if you don't already know what it is. And it just, oh my gosh, what are we doing to our society? Why are we allowing the least of these that are from broken homes to be consumed by darkness? Man, it's crazy. It's crazy. Whether it's out there fighting a pandemic or a survivor from years gone past. We all got a story. We all got something going on, and we're all broken people. Lean on me when you're not strong. I'll be your help. Lean on each other, people. Lean in and love one another. Grow forward the best you can. You don't have to have everything. You don't have to be anything. Be the person that God made you to be. And know that no matter what somebody gives or takes from you, you're worth more than anything that this earth will ever allow you to see. We're only here temporary. None of us are getting out of this world alive. Leave a legacy of love and life while you're here. We keep taking, there's nothing left. Give back. Start giving back today. Give back to yourself. Give back to those around you. All right. Well, I hope you get this message. I hope you don't take offense, but if you do, I'm sorry about that. I got nothing else for you. As always, with love and prayer, I wish you much peace and abundance and healing, lifting all of my family, all of my friends, all of my connections up. And just know, whether it's here or on the other side, you get to choose if better days will come. All right. Until next time, peace out.